Hey folks, Crazy Clever 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 15 in our 24/99 series, but first of all, Merry Christmas! Hope you all have a happy holidays. But this game is a versus beat 'em up, and it is the first in a long series for the Neo Geo arcade system, and it is called The King of Fighters, or The King of Fighters 94. And there were tons and tons of follow-ups to it. But I think I came across the first one in this series, and they would go up by, number 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, well into the thousands. Might still be going on, I'm not entirely sure. But this allows you to play teams of 3 members apiece, and there are 8 different teams. There are fighters from different games in the SNK universe. There are Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, and Joe Higashi from Fatal Fury and the Fatal Fury games, and they are in Italy. There is Athena Asamiya Sie Kenso Chingensai from the Psycho Soldier game. And they are in China, and there they are. You'll see them here. There's Kyo Kusanagi, who's kind of become the face of the King of Fighters franchise. Benimaru Nikaido and Goro Daimon from Japan. Heavy D, Lucky Glauber, and Brian Badler from the USA. Kim Kapwan from Fatal Fury games. Cheng Koehan and Choi Bonge from Korea. Ralph Jones, Clark Steele, and Haydern from Ikari Warriors. They're in Brazil. There's Yuri Sakazaki, Mai Shiranui, and King from England, and Yuri from Art of Fighting, Mai from Fatal Fury series, and King from Art of Fighting series. And there's Ryo Sakazaki, Robert Garcia, and Takuma Sakazaki from Mexico from the Art of Fighting series. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And you will have to play your doppelganger team as well, so all 8 teams. And then you'll have to fight the sponsor of the King of Fighters tournament, whose name is Rugal Bernstein. And he seems to have known Geese Howard and Wolfgang Krauser. And we're going to get started against the women team. And here is Yuri, who is Ryo Sakazaki's little sister. She is not fighting with her brother and her father, or boyfriend, Robert Garcia. You use all 4 buttons. A button is weak punch, B button is weak kick, C button is strong punch, and D button is strong kick. And you can press A and B together to use an avoid attack. And you can dodge certain attacks. You'll step into the background for just a brief second. There is also a high damage attack, which is C and D together, strong punch and strong kick together. And you can press A, B, and C together to charge your power, and there's a power meter at the bottom left and bottom right for the other player. Here's Mai Shiranui, the huge boobed ninja. Yeah, so hold down A, B, and C together and you will charge your power meter. When the power meter is filled up, you can do your special, or your super damaging attack, desperation attack. So you don't have to have your life bar in the flashing red to be able to pull that off. You can do it at any time as long as you've got your meter fully charged. And you get your meter charged by getting your butt handed to you, or by holding all those buttons down, A, B, and C. And you can use that same button combination, A, B, and C, when you're dizzied, and if you are close to your relief fighters in the background, and there's Terry's super desperation move, Power Geyser. If you're close to your backup partners, and you can choose the order of the fighters, 1, 2, and 3, then there can be a striker attack very briefly. One of your teammates can jump in and attack the opponent and knock him down when you get dizzied. And I've never really been able to do that in this game. Get dizzied or dizzy the opponent. The opponent can do the same to you, or the computer can. We'll look at that briefly later. I've never been super good at versus fighting games. Like I said, Kyo Kusanagi is kind of the face of the King of Fighters franchise. This is Benimaru, very, very agile guy. This game is pretty hard for fighting game novices, or it can be. Now note that you do not have to win a fight. You have 3 fighters going up against another 3 fighters. As long as one representative of that fighter or of that team is the last one standing, you still win. When you have your life or your power meter, at the bottom left or bottom right, filled up, and it says maximum, it will stay maximum for a while. If you use it up using special attacks, which will be much stronger when the meter is at maximum, after a while it will drain out completely. And you just keep going until all 8 teams have been beaten again, including your doppelganger. Yeah, this is the Ikari Warriors team. Now sometimes there was only like two players in like Psycho Soldier or Ikari Warriors, and they just kind of added a 3rd character for this game. But they are related to the other characters somehow. Hydern is the boss of Ralph and Clark from Ikari Warriors, and what is it? Shin Gensai is the sensei of Athena and CA from Psycho Soldier. I covered the game Psycho Soldier in one of my videos, if you're interested in looking at it. I kind of like it because there's a song with lyrics that are sung during the gameplay, or maybe it was both the gameplay and the attract mode, but I found that incredibly cool. Yeah, Hydern can be a real cheap bastard. He's got some throws that are just, sweet, eat it. Suck on some power geyser there, buddy. Great graphics, great music, great action. Very, very tough. Use your strong attacks, use your weak attacks as well. Your strong attacks might be too strong in terms of like if you do a burn knuckle from Terry using your strong punch instead of your weak punch, you might fly right into the enemy who blocks it, and then they'll immediately throw you. So don't fall in love completely with strong attacks. There's Joe Higashi. Again, you can choose which order of fighters will go up against the other guy. And it says 1, 2, or 3, and you move the number to which player goes next. And again, as long as you have one fighter left standing to represent the team, that's all that matters. I definitely prefer the Fatal Fury series over the Art of Fighting series. There were only 3 games in the Art of Fighting series, I mean, the original series. And here's Robert Garcia from Art of Fighting. Again, he's Yuri Sakazaki's boyfriend, and he's best friend of Ryo Sakazaki. I love that you don't have to wait until your life meter is almost out to be able to do the super desperation move. Again, there is a team attack, and it's the same button combination as the power charge move, A, B, and C together, and you just do that when your character's dizzied and he's hopefully standing near his teammates in the background. And the computer can do the same to you as can whoever's player 2. Notice that the characters are all doing their moves from the game that they were in. I hope you had a fantastic holidays. I went to my folks' house. I made them my typical Christmas chicken enchiladas dish. Turned out really good. We don't really do Christmas presents anymore. There's ouch. That's a move from Art of Fighting, a desperation move. And Takuma is the dad of Ryo and Yuri. He was also the main bad guy in the first game. He was there's Joe's desperation move, screw upper. He was Mr. Karate at the end of the first game. He was blackmailed or forced to fight his son, or Robert. But he's actually a good guy. He's not a bad guy. And you'll see the players being X'd out in their thumbnail as they get defeated. I think there were way too many King of Fighters games, but and then we just saw Andy's desperation move. Crap. I kind of like that slow motion dramatic defeat scene. I declined to continue here. The high score list is kind of high in this game, I think. Go red. Hey, red. What is that? We're just gonna pick up here. I put on infinite energy cheat, and at some point I put on infinite power cheat, so I could do my I could do my desperation move at any time, period. And here we see a glimpse of Rugal Bernstein. And again, he's the final boss. I kind of like having Terry and then Joe and then Andy, because Andy, I can't remember right off the top of my head all of his moves. And here we're facing the Korea team, and it is Kim Kap-won from the Fatal Fury series, and a couple ex-criminals that he's trying to rehabilitate, and that's Chang Koehan, who's a behemoth with a friggin' ball and chain, and a little Freddy Krueger guy with claws, Choi Boonge, or, well, we'll see him in a minute. Here's Kim Kap-won, Taekwondo champ, with a sense of justice that kind of annoys his teammates in this game. We're just gonna see a little glimpse of each of the remaining fighters from the remaining teams. One of my favorite characters to watch is the old guy from the Psycho Soldier team, Jin Gensai. He's a drunken master, and he has a little gourd that he drinks out of, and he can kind of sling it at you, and I think he force feeds your character booze, and it's kind of funny. And this time we're going to look at Team USA. And this has, I guess, guys that are into sports. There's Heavy D, Lucky Glauber, and Brian Battler. And I believe Lucky Glauber is the basketball player. I prefer the Fatal Fury series more than the King of Fighters series. The women's team, comprised of Yuri Sakazaki, Mai Shiranui, and King. You can have a special effect on them if you beat them with a particularly damaging move, or maybe a series of damaging moves. Yuri and King's top kind of comes off. And Maya, I think you can knock her fan out of her hand. Yeah, here's Lucky Glauber. The English in this game is fairly noticeable at times, and the very Japanese inflection of the announcer is pretty noticeable too. Lucky uses his basketball in his attacks. And when he loses, it can slam on his head. I do kind of dig this game. It's very, like I said, it's very important that you remember that you have weak attacks too. And weak can be particularly useful because your strong attacks may be too strong, and they may get you too close to your opponent, and they will throw you real quick. And way often the computer seems to beat you at the throwing game. I mean, if you get close and you wail on the, I think it's either the strong punch or strong kick that you use to throw. Yeah, and towards the opponent when you're close. And if you use that strong attack, and like I said, you risk getting thrown. And when you get close and you wail on the strong punch plus torch to throw them, it always seems like the computer beats you to it and they throw you instead. But yeah, this is the Psycho Soldier team. And that's the main protagonist of the game, Athena Asamiya. And this is player 2, or no, this is their teacher, Shin. And C.A. Kenso was player number 2 in Psycho Soldier. I love that they have other SNK game characters in this. Psycho Soldier, Ikari Warriors, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury. And yeah, here is our doppelgangers. We have different. They have different color uniforms. I think. What was his name? BJ Love, who did narration for a number of Neo Geo games. I think he has like one line in this, maybe, but for the most part, it's a very Japanese sounding announcer, or very Englishy sounding voice. Andy, of course, is Terry Bogard's younger brother, and he's never beaten Terry. He's determined to beat him, but they still have a very friendly rivalry. Terry Bogard is, of course, basically the face of the Neo Geo. Very recognizable. He changed his appearance in some of the late Fatal Fury related games, so that he has like a brown jacket instead. And this is the associate of Rugal Bernstein. And we fight on his battleship, and he has statues of the opponents that he beat. I don't know for sure that they were magically turned into statues, or that he just had statues made in the likeness of those people that he beat. He mentions Geese and Krauser, who were in earlier Fatal Fury games, and they make return appearances, even though it was apparent that they died at some point. But the first time that you beat Rugal, he's actually not very tough. But the second time, he gets much stronger. He has a particular kick attack that covers quite a bit of range. It's super annoying. I remember Geese would really piss me off in the first Fatal Fury game. He was so cheap. But yeah, he's really not that hard in this the first time that you fight him. I did put on an infinite energy cheat by this point, just so I could get through the game quicker, plus the infinite power meter cheat. but generally he's really quite easy compared to the second time that you fight him. Just fast forward to me beating him. And like I said, if you are dizzy and you are standing in front of your teammates in the background, just press A, B, and C together, and one of them will jump out and attack the opponent for you real quick, and then jump back into the background. We'll see that in just a bit. Yeah, that kick is really annoying. Yeah, maybe the Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro team is the best one to use. Maybe, just because Kyo is the face of the franchise. But I've always liked Terry Bogard. His moves are pretty easy to remember. I screwed up putting my initials in here. They don't really give you that much time, and you don't see an actual timer of how much time you have to put in the initials. So I got Rue, not Russ. Again, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. I had to step away from doing videos for just a little while. Sometimes I just kind of need time away. And the battleship blows up, but you all make it out. I don't know about Rugal though. But here is the Fatal Fury team's ending. And there we see Geese. And we also see Krauser. Well, that was the King of Fighters 94. And it is the first entry in the King of Fighters series. There was 95, 96, 97, 98, blah, 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 blah. Kind of felt like the Mega Man franchise. There were kind of too many games being made of it, or at least I felt that way. And later on, there was an SNK versus Capcom or SNK Chaos or something. I've got one of those games. Various combination of franchises, like or companies' games. But this was game number 15 in our 20 from 1994 series, and I look forward to continuing this series. Also, a quick shout out to Coin Rejects. They had me on for a podcast recently. Very, very nice of them. I went over to one of the guys' house, and he had a nice arcade. And hopefully you can check out their podcast one of these days. And I was on it for a few hours. Pretty fun. And there's Rue on the high score list. And here we're going to see some of the girls lose their top, or at least a little bit. There's Yuri. She got her clothes burned off by Terry's power geyser. Same with King. No nudity or no complete toplessness. They got a bra underneath or something. And her fan flies out of her hand. Her clothes might be in a little bit of tatters. And here's that team attack here when you get dizzy. But that was the King of Fighters 94. game number 15 in our 20 from 1994 series. Well, I thank you very much for watching. Again, happy holidays. Hope you join me soon for game number 14. Bye-bye, folks.